Hello there. My name is Sometimes Heather and I play Elder Scrolls Online. Today we are going to take part in the Jester's Festival event festivities. But which vampire should we go with? Let's choose a vampire whose build I have broken and I'm going to break even further. Leanna Ross, my Ice Warden. Leanna doesn't have full sets on. I'm sorry about that. But I will leave a link to her previous build in the description box down below once we are all streamed out. So, Jester's Festival happens every year. How do you get started? You can go to the Crown Store and pick up an event quest which helps you get started with the festivities. Let's do that. And you can also go to any of the 3 dedicated event festivity tents and pick up quests from there. You can find one in Oriton, here, and one in Glenumbra, here, and one in Stonefalls, here. We are prompted to travel to Glenumbra, so let's do that. Where's Ryan? Over there. Let's run to it. As usual, stage 4 vampire.
Don't wander too far, dog. I'll need you.
Hrothgar is a really interesting city. There are a lot of fun side quests here. I highly recommend taking a look at all the things Hrothgar has to offer. I'm going to travel to Balborn Rock Wayshrine because it's closest to the event tent. Oh, it rhymes. That is Impresario's tent. Actually, while we are here, let's take a look at what the Impresario has to offer during this Jester's Festival.
There's this car.
We get to purchase a style page set, a selection of style pages for Jester's Altmary Mimicry. Let's preview the check. That is delightfully colorful. And we can also purchase guild commendations for our companions and 3 pieces to the Stone Wisp of Truth and Law non-combat pet, and it's 3 pieces to its first morph, which will turn the pet into a rune extraction customized action. I am uncertain of which pieces I already have, but Knowledge of that will come in time. We also can purchase Jester's deadly headband thingy, which is actually hella creepy. I don't want it. Now, to the festival tent. It is 9 o'clock on a Friday evening. So... can I fit?
Yorn! I have an answer to all the dreadful fighting for the Ruby Throne!
Surrender?
No, silly.
So
The
it is
beauty
a bit
contest.
crowded.
All of Tamriel could bask in our regality and choose the leader they adore most.
That would not be fair.
Let's speak with Jester King Emmerich and see what's what.
Of course, there could only be one.
You must be the celebrant Irene was going on about. I could certainly use some of your acclaimed good cheer.
She mentioned you might need my help.
My superstitious queen has confiscated my array of royal magisters. The only illusionary dazzlers fit for a king. I can't impress my subjects with just any common prestidigitation. It would be trivial to whip up more with the right ingredients.
Where would I find these ingredients? This isn't, by the way, a prologue quest, but a part of the repeatable 3 quests in the Jester's Festival event.
There are some, local attractions that should have what I'm looking for, but they're no place for royalty. If you would risk venturing out on my behalf, I'll ensure you play a key role in today's festivities.
I will find what you need, my king.
Good luck finding everything on my list.
So if you travel to, or at least this happens to me, if you travel to Oregon, Jester Queen Irene has a unique, teeny tiny little chat type of a quest for you, and that grants a Jester's Festival reward coffer. So perhaps starting from Oregon might be the smartest choice. So this quest leads us first to Ellison Tower to collect materials. This is the longest and most repetitive of all these quests, and I usually try to complete this fast. So, here we need to slay enemies in order to gather dragonfire dust, and we can also find it lying around. Easy and fun. Oh, and our task is already completed. Now to our second location in just enemies got in the way. We need to venture out to Silum on the other side of Daggerfall City. I prefer to use the race line, which is conveniently close, to hop on over to the other side of the city. And then I can just very carefully hop over the fence there and take a bit of damage and And that takes us all the way to 7. Everybody's hurt at this point. And here we need to collect glowing alien bone dust. I've chosen silly mobs for my wood, and everything heals me when I do damage and not like instantly. Which is a bit thanks for that, dude. Inconvenient. But perhaps I can compensate with something a bit more sensible. So many enemies! Oh dear. Well, I need to level up a lot of things for Liana, and during the Jester's Festival event, you get double experience from all sources. 100% experience boost is double experience. So this is an excellent time to level up either a new character or an existing character's abilities and skill lines. Which is what I am doing. Now I need to return to Jester King Emmerich. I could travel to the outside of my in-room, which would be faster, but I want to show you how to get there if you don't want to use way shrines. What you do is run under the pier here and then up the hill, which takes us to the area where guild merchants reside. This is a bit of a long one, but gives us a chance to admire the beautiful city of Daggerfall.
Festival for jesters, and the only fools I see
Jester
are those in
King
the audience.
Emmerich is waiting.
Wanted by my own queen in front of the other royalty. I can't be the laughingstock in my own kingdom.
I have your ingredients, Majesty.
Aha! The day is saved! No one will question who wears the crown in my court after this. I promised you a key role in the festivities today, and I am a man of my word. I hereby entrust you with the honor of putting my royal prowess on display.
What does that entail?
Take my illusion dazzlers to some suitably crowded locations in the city, and give them a good shake and toss. My majestic creations will do the rest.
I can handle that.
Perfect. Give me a moment to work my magic, and I'll have you on your way with the finest flashing flourishes in the land.
As you wish, sire.
Stand back, and let your majesty make magic. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Give it a shake.
Oh dear.
Voila! Your dazzlers, my faithful subject.
Entirely safe sack full of illusion dazzlers. Take. Now we need to use these in 3 locations. First one is over there. on a tiny hill. The locations are clearly marked on the map, and you can easily recognize them by
In the name of the king.
festival merrymaker NPCs standing about here. Use dazzles. And the next location is at the docks. We can easily get there by running down that hill and jumping over the fence here. A brave person would also jump down from here, but I am not brave. Vampire fragile.
Come, do your trading here.
Second location is right around. Glorious. And one more location remains. And now we can return to Jester King Emmerich.
No charge to have a look.
I usually do this quest first because if I wish to do all of the quests, I do this one first because it's so long and repeating this many times gets a little bit boring. The other festival quests are shorter and somehow more entertaining.
I thought I heard the raucous cheers and playful pops of my handiwork echoing throughout the city. Tell me it was more than my imagination.
Your people love the Dazzler's Majesty.
Well, of course. In my experience, my loyal subjects adore being showered in the affections of their king. Oh, don't share that with the queen.
And the first quest we complete grants us 3 event tickets and a stupendous Jester's Festival box.
You really shouldn't have.
I'd say our work here is done. There are other kingdoms in desperate need of our merrymaking talents, and I won't be one to let them down.
Where are you headed?
Off to Ebernhardt for a royal roast. There's only one thing I trust Yoren's expertise in, and that's eating. You should join us as a guest of honor.
I will see you in Ebernhardt then.
Best not to be found conspiring against my wife anymore today. Easier to deny having ever met you when you're not standing right there, you understand. But if she happens to corner you, take our secret to the grave for your liege.
Alrighty. In the event tents, you can find a few lootable containers. Usually, they have garbage inside, but sometimes you find something good. I have 10 tickets now, so we might as well purchase something I don't already have.
Is that a...
So, I have this one, so I need to purchase this one and this one. We shall start with Flawless Prism. Purchase. And then we are off to Ebernhardt. There are 2 more quests, repeatable quests, available at every event location, but perhaps we shall complete all 3 main quests first and then do the added content. Back when Jester's festival was still young and new, many years ago, you could only find the 3 quests. The one in Daggerfall, the one in Oregon, and this one in Starfalls. So we shall do these first.
His meatiness Scald King Yoren recognizes your flashiness from his visit to Daggerfall. What other tricks do you have up your sleeves, this one wonders?
Do you need a trickster too?
Just so. I am heartsick without my betrothed. What good is all this food and drink without the one you love to pick it from your teeth? But I am forbidden to see my bride-to-be until the day of our vowels.
How can I help?
Free her from her minders, so we may grow fat together. Take a token of my love, the sickly sweet brownish flesh of mud crab apples, and she will know I sent you. The guard cannot know their king bade the absencing of his bride. Use cautiousness.
As you wish, Majesty.
This one's overlarge heart tramples in anticipation of seeing his bride-to-be.
Oh my. So in this one we need to steal mudcrab apples. They can be found next to the stables in a building right here. And you need to be sneaky when stealing because we don't want to get a ticket. Then we need to dash over to here where the Argonians live. It takes a bit of time, the way is long and winding, but in the end we shall find King Yoren's betrothed. What's a difficult word? Fiance. Here we find Princess, said fiance. And now we need
Where's
to
my pig? Who took my pig?
lead Princess to King Yoren without being spotted by the butcher. If you run back through the city or take the path we just took to get here, you will be stopped and all sorts of unwanted things will come to pass. So instead, we're going to take a sneaky way around. We're not going there, but instead here. And up the stairs. Sprinting is okay, Princess will follow. Up the stairs and then behind these houses. And also these houses. And one more set of houses. And that takes us to the city gates. Princess is still following. By taking this route, we can return to King Yorn without being intercepted by the butcher. Yes, taking Princess to King Yorn without being seen grants you an achievement.
Oh, you have brought Yorun his bride to be. Or does this one's eyes deceive him? He is very toxicated.
I present your princess, Majesty.
Ah, she is tasteful, is she not? I could just eat her up. Much better.
Ew.
Your heroics have stirred my spirits. I must savor these tenderest moments, rare as they are.
And this
Now
completes
that
the
you
second
have
quest.
hogged all the glory here, I think we will be taking this party elsewhere. Will you follow our folly of fools down this onerous path?
Where are you headed?
To the afterlife for great rulers! Sovereign Guard! No, wait. That is not it. Volkerguard! Queen Irene wishes to show us true cheeriness!
I will see you in Volkergard then.
Today has seen enough boorish crime. You've earned your swill, so drink your fill! And leave my bride and I to some private time. Hmm?
Oh dear. This location actually is home to a unique event quest given by Source in Laughter. Let's pick that up too.
Ah, my partner in hilarity. Back for more pranks? I have a great one for you today. A big laugh.
What kind of mischief?
Pranks, of course. There's no better way to celebrate than playing harmless japes on others. I consider myself a master, but there is only one of me, and there are many people in need of a laugh. I think you have what it takes. Interested?
I will help you do some pranks.
Now, what to do for next time? How about replacing someone's paint bucket with milk? The city's cats would rush over to lick the side of a house. Maybe too expensive, and we wouldn't want the cats to get splinters.
Who is the target?
Skirnd is a talented dancer with a great sense of humor. I rigged my most recent contraption to release a potent stink when activated. While Skirnd is dancing, find his seat and place the prank kit under it. It will smell awful. I hope someone faints.
Where is Skirnd?
Skirnd loves the bard in Mistral. He's almost always dancing for the crowd, tiring himself out, and then sitting down for a swig of mead before getting up again. You shouldn't have any trouble placing the kit under his seat while he's dancing. Easy.
I will get the kit and find Skirnd. Lockpick. Beautiful. My favorite quest out of all of these is actually the one given by Jester Queen Irene. Mainly because it is so innocent. Oh dear, we're going to have to run. Unless... let's just run. Mistral isn't that far away from this way shrine.
Have you lost your mind?
And also Since starter zones got a bit of a makeover with update 45, we can take this opportunity to look around and see if we can spot anything that's different. This roost has always, in my opinion, been a really pretty place, but does it look even prettier now? Are the colors more vibrant? The birds more cheerful? And that brings us to Mistral. We can find our target here on a little balcony. We have to wait for him to get up from his seat before we can.
The Dominion welcomes all who wish to join.
Place the stink pot onto said seat.
Your chance for untold prosperity comes with Dominion rule.
Everyone, I swear, it wasn't me. It's a trick, and a damned good one at that.
Well, he took it well.
Kenarthi's roost and the Dominion.
Now we need to return to Source Inn. Laughter who can only be found in one place. Unlike most of the other quest keepers. A provisional recipe.
I'm glad to have a prankster partner. You understand me and the Jester's Festival in a way most don't. I'll have to think about what fun to set up for tomorrow. Maybe something with scrib jellies.
It was a success. Scorned definitely got some sideways looks.
I knew I picked the right person for the job. I'm glad to see you survived the smell. How did Skern take it? He must have been embarrassed. But knowing him, I'm sure he took it in good spirits.
He seemed to have a good sense of humor about it.
Excellent! Another successful prank. The Jester's Festival would be nothing without this kind of fun. I thank you for joining. I'll put together another prank kit for you tonight. Come back tomorrow and I'll set you up with another. Snake?
There we go. Another quest completed. Another Jester's Festival reward cover received. And now to Volkalgard. Jester Queen Irene can be found over there.
Hey! Help a high
On
elf
the way
out?
you might meet
My
Tam.
toes have gone numb and I can't feel my knees. Oh, you are that daring matchmaker who put a smile on Yoren's face. Perfect! I have need of a merrymaker.
I heard you had a vital mission for me.
I have decreed happiness. But not all of my kin share my breezy disposition, and it's putting a damper on my festivities. I won't have my fun ruined by these grumpy grumps. I need a champion to enforce my royally mandated cheerfulness.
What would that entail?
If these treasonous malcontents insist on harboring sticks firmly in their hindquarters, then they can at least have the decency to keep them in bloom. Ha ha! Ha! Find the grumps in my domain and pelt them with these enchanted petals until morale improves!
As you wish, Majesty.
I want you to have those grumps in stitches, one way or another.
So this quest requires us to...
Hey! Help a high elf out?
Well, bring a chair to grumpy people's faces. I like that. Our first targets can be found all the way across Bulkalgard, which is a surprisingly large city. Also very pretty. I like the colorful trees. Also, elven architecture pleases my eye. Namely, I'm elven. First, grumpy temple stoic boat. Grump removed by flower petals. And then we need to travel to Skywatch to repeat similar steps. Skywatch can be found there. And in order to toss flowers at grumpy residents, we need to run to the crafting area. Needed to make certain that it is actually crafting area. And our last targets can be found at the college. Which can be found all the way there. I haven't yet completed the quest of the College of Altmary Propriety, so NPC comments there aren't nice. I usually make a point of completing this quest with all my characters, but I haven't gotten around to it with Liana.
Why do I even waste my time on you? Pathetic!
Then we can use you.
As we enter the school building, we can find a lot of grumpy professors that need cheering up. And then we can return to Jester Queen Iron. I tried very hard not to take the whole turn, but I failed.
You will never be worthy to serve the Thalmor, fool.
Your kind disgusts me. Ugh, and what is that smell?
I have to go. If I'm late again, Malingway threatened to throw me into the cave. I'll talk to you later.
Back to Vulcal God and just the Queen I ran.
Hey! Help a high elf out? My toes have gone numb and I can't feel my knees. Whew. My champion of cheer returns! Have you vanquished the stubborn seriousness in my land?
The grumps have been cheered, my queen.
Ooh, delightful! It's so much nicer to rule a kingdom of happy subjects, don't you think? Well, I'm just exhausted from all this dreadful ruling. That's all for today, champion, but rest assured that your queen will call upon you again tomorrow.
And this can be repeated tomorrow. 2 more quests. One here, a Foe Most Porcine. Hear ye, hear ye. Whosoever holds this prestigious invitation is cordially invited to the games at Hammerdeath Arena in the realm of Stormhaven for a trial of prowess, prestige, and porcine pugilism. Bring this invitation to Rosette the Rapscallion for an official bout with the King Boar. Or just take the ham-fisted approach and crush the festivities. That's sure to be entertaining. By a decree of Jester King Emeric and his beauteous queen, let the games begin. This questlet leads us to Stormhaven and the Hammerdeath Arena, but we're going to let that wait for just a moment.
Ah, you here to enjoy the hilarity provided by that King Emeric? Between the two of us, I wish I could say their dribble improves with copious intoxicants, but it hasn't so far. What would you say to helping me bring in some new talent?
What kind of new talent?
Well, jokes about swines and passing wind don't count as entertainment. Not for a whole festival. We need music. Dancing. It's something raucous. Oh, I have the perfect minstrels in mind. If you handle recruitment, I'll prepare the stage.
Why can't you go and find these minstrels?
Unfortunately, my talents are better served here. These minstrels are worth your effort, though. Their music is out of this realm. And I always pay those who help me make Tamriel more decadent. So, will you help me improve this dreary festival?
Alright, I will gather the minstrels.
Take these. That's a list of exclusive vintages, along with directions to where I left them.
Okay.
And a rune of compulsion. Gather the wine, and then you can summon and corral these fiery musicians. Go!
So, we need to recruit 3 Daedra to form a band.
Hey! Help a high elf out?
In order to find these musicians, we need to visit 3 depths. First one is here, named Onda. That was fast. Everybody's here, so we probably maybe don't need to kill him. Enter bundle. Skeevers will always attack you no matter what. We need to find musk wine. Here's one. Take that, and then we need to find a summoning circle in which we place the wine. ESO, like so. Comme ça. First performer recruited. Then we need to travel to the next location. I have done this quest many times and I probably should remember where we are going next, but I don't. Probably because I haven't been paying full attention to where exactly the elves are located. Well, we're going to Glenorcross. Where is my marker? That way. The waterfall there is rather pretty, but we missed it by taking this path.
The realm of our master.
Dresden Keep Tower. Enter. And here we find Bloodroot Rosé. And excuse me. The summoning circle into which we need to place the wine is right outside. Second performer recruited. And that destination is right over there. Way Shrine is close by, we should just run for it. Last delve. Which is easy to reach unless you take the wrong path, which I always do. So we need to go up this hill, and by doing so we come almost directly to the Delph's front door. There are spiders here, so be careful. The Father's Nest. Here we need to find spider venom wine, which is conveniently right here. And then there are actually 2 summoning circles. Let's use this one. I have it. And now we have recruited all 3 performers and need to return to any Jester's festival tent. Are there more? The closest tent is right next to the way shrine we just traveled to, so let's go there. I need to place a marker because I stink at navigating. Running down the hill should take us pretty directly to the festival tent. Like so.
See for yourself, my friend. The stage is set. The oblivious inebriates are gathered in befuddled groups, and the minstrels are so warmed up they're practically cooked. Time has come for merriment.
What happens now?
Our beautiful beastly bards stand at the ready. All they need to launch into a mind-melting performance, which will be to die for, is the signal. Can you feel it? The anticipation of a grand time? The festivities that await us?
What is the signal?
The only appropriate way to start boisterous music, of course, is with a clamorous note to kick things off. Now, where is... Ah! That bell over there. That should do it. Ring the bell, stand back, and enjoy the show.
You want me to ring the bell?
Why not? I had the idea, the contacts, the plan, and I set the stage. But you fought off hordes of monsters who eschewed our festivities. You gathered our talent. If anyone here should ring the bell, it is you, my friend.
All right, let's ring the bell. Ding.
I don't know if I can stomach any more of that belching.
It's got a lot of quality. Besides, if we stopped it, urine might explode.
Not him. Those wretched lava flows.
Why do those vex you?
Oh dear.
Let's just say I don't think Ashland's is...
Well, that was
incredible! I'm sure you've faced many foes in your time, friend. But nothing is more threatening than mediocre festivities. Even the minstrels were smiling. Or as much as they ever smile. Difficult to please, that bunch.
That's the entire performance?
Indeed! Wasn't it fantastic? Those minstrels really rose to the occasion. Please, take this as my thanks and stop back anytime. A performance of that caliber demands an encore. Look at these misguided fools.
And we can do that tomorrow. All over again. One more quest remains. A Foe Most Porcine. I am turning Leanna into a healer, so let's see if we can
Halt! Go no further.
manage to slay our kind of those things we won't be able to slay, so we shan't go there. Actually, I just lied to you. 2 more quests remain. But these are both very, very small, and this one is easy to forget.
Isn't my favorite apple pick.
Unlike usual, I am drinking water.
Jadziri knew you would be back for more. One taste of her special cider is all it takes to have patrons begging like sugar cubes. And this one assures you, skooma is not in her recipe. Would you care to earn more of Jadziri's cider?
I'll have another go at it, sure.
Good, good! She thought the arena handlers were hauling especially fragrant baskets of fruit today. Ever so ripe for the picking, provided you prevent that porker from poaching them all. Return when you've gathered as many as you can from the arena.
I will be back with your fermented mud crab apples soon.
All the fermented mud.
But before we get to that, speak with Rosetta. Rosette.
Is that an invitation I smell? I soaked each one in bacon grease before sending them out. Right this way, then. I hope you brought your apron. Between the blood, saliva, and crying, well, you'll probably also need wading trousers down there.
What exactly is all this?
Oh, hold on. I have it written down. By decree of His Majesty Jester King Emmerich, the tyrannical would-be usurper, King Boar, is to be put to death in the arena.
King Boar?
The porcine potentate himself. Oh, don't put on a face. It's all a gag for the festival. The conjurers call up a fan to boar for the games. You're not actually killing a big, cute, bristly piggy. This is Jester's festival, not the war in Cyrodiil.
So I just go into the arena and kill a giant phantom pig.
You must be fun at parties. Yes, you just go over and wrestle that giant illusory pig like an idiot while we all watch. Plus, the audience ticket sales will help finance the festival expenses for years to come. Are you in or not?
Yes, I will battle King Boar.
By the powers vested in me, I dub thee Jester King Emmerich's champion of charcuterie. Now get in there and carve yourself a rasher.
Is that a typo? That's R instead of ant. So, to slay King Boar, I have picked up both quests. Thank you. So, we need to both kill King Boar and try to gather as many mud crab apples as we can. I'm using my ultimate because I can. King Boar arrives with a sun. Ah, don't die, don't die. Oh, dying would be like so embarrassing. Try again. I have no defense for myself. Let's try to get those mud crab apples before King War eats them and restores health. Again. I see a container of mud crab apples. Let's pick one more. The more mud crab apples you gather, the more cider you receive. So one is plenty to complete the quest, but more is, wow, more.
Did you have any luck snatching some fermented mud crab apples out of King Boar's mouth?
Yes, here are all the apples I was able to collect.
Oh, you bring Jadziri a heaping handful! Something she can really dig her toes into. Don't worry, she strains the juice very thoroughly. No choking on claws, Jaunter. But let us get your own juices flowing. Take these as your just reward.
And that completes the cider quest. Speak with Rosette and
swine stench is just like the real thing.
claim one more
You smell like you
box.
just had a bath in pig sweat and guts. And, well, you get the idea. I think the conjurers are having a laugh at your expense.
Can I have my price now?
Oh, right. Joy unto Tamriel, the tyrant king of pork now wallows with the dead, his haunches and hoard divided among the heroic and the hungry, his head hung on high as hallmark of his hubris. Here's your cut and your cuts. They're real, I swear.
Thank you. So, now the most fun part. Opening the reward coffers.
What do you want?
So, reward coffers can contain all sorts of goodies. I don't have space in my inventory, so... Where did my merchant go? All the way down there. Okay, that gives us a little bit of space. We find dazzlers and a recipe, which I don't already know. But we find mirth shard. If you find 5, you can combine these to create a memento. Treasures and more dazzlers. Another recipe, which we already know, and more dazzlers. Scrap of minstrel's cloth, combining 10 together awards justice, Daedroth, suit, which is a hilarious costume. We also find a cherry blossom twig, which can be used on player friends. More dazzlers and a tree. And also Revelry pie. You can also toss these at enemies and player friends, and there is a PvP achievement tied to said pies. One more cover remains, the stupendous one. A style page and nothing more interesting. Let's take a look at that tree. Holding X allows us to preview. I like that, it's pretty. Oh, and also achievement furnishers, such as one here, offer Jester's festival related furnishings for a limited time. But now, as we have completed all of the Jester's festivals quests, I do believe the time has come to say goodbye. Oh no, I will return. I will return on Thursday at 2 p.m. to continue the Greymore Zone story with Lady Anne Rose, my Stormsong. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.